Hey, what's going on, everybody? This your boy James from What's Your Forte, and today I'm gonna be giving y'all a review on the Yokohama Advan V601 tires that I have on my G80 M3. All right, let's get it. All right, so I had the Yokohama Advan V601s on my car. I got them with the wheels that I have on now, which are the variant Argons. I've had these tires on my car for about maybe 7,000 miles now, and they have been actually really good. I know a lot of the BMW purists only run Michelins, only run like the Pilot Sports, 4Ss or the Super Sports and stuff like that, but I wanted to try a different tire, and also those tires weren't in stock when I was looking for tires, so I was like, I gotta get another tire, so I wanted to try these out. Now, they were brand new tires. I think they only been on the market maybe 2 years, if that. Brand new tire developed by Yokohama. Yokohama usually makes pretty good tires. They have a long history of making good tires for a lot of sports enthusiast type cars, and I wanted to give it a shot, man. For those that don't know, tire size I have in my car, I have 285, 30, 20 in the front, 295, 30, 20 in the rear. So I just kind of upped the size up one over the stock configurations, and I went 20s all the way around. So my overall initial impressions of the tire is that it's pretty good. It's a pretty good street tire. I'll definitely compare these into the 4S tires that I had on the car stock, which I still have those on my stock wheels, and I'll definitely compare them to those and some other tires that I've used in the past. So let's go ahead and get into the details. All right, guys, so as you see right there, those are the variant Argons. Please excuse any brake dust you may see, and these are the Yokohama Advan V601s, as you guys can see right there. So as you can see, the thread pattern on these tires are very aggressive. You have the outside of the tire there, which is flat. You have this wide spot right there for the dry contact. You got these grooves right there for the rain. And then you got a lot of large patches there to give you a lot of grip. So I will say, like, the initial response you get out of these tires, I have noticed is very quick. You get very quick response. This car already had a very quick steering ratio, and then with these tires, it just adds to that. Any kind of inputs you make, you're going to get quick response with these tires, which is really good. And I really have tested these tires in the rain. It rained it's been raining off and on the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I was really pushing the tires in the rain safely, and I was able to run through the rain and not have any slippage. I didn't see any traction lights or anything come on. So these tires are definitely really good. So comparing these maybe to some other tires that I've ran that are in the same price range would be like the Firehawk Indy 500s. So I have had those on some previous cars. I had them on my M4, had them on my 435. And those tires, man, I will say these compared to the Firehawks, these are a lot better than the Firehawks. The Firehawks in the rain were sketchy, and they were kind of dangerous. I always got slippage. I always saw the traction light flap on when it rained. I had the Firehawks. These are a lot better in the rain. So really do like these tires.
All right, everyone, so as you can see, I'm up in the whip. So right now I'm gonna go over some specs of the Yokohama Advan V601s. All right, so as you can see on the screen right here, I'm pulling up these tire ratings and reviews. All this information is gonna be from Tire Rack. So they got a 4.17 out of 5, which is pretty good. And as you can see, the ratings right there, pretty good ratings. I'll be linking it down below so you guys can check out the comments. I'm not gonna sit here and read comments to you, but so you can check them out and see what other people have to say. I think the tire rates pretty well. 4.1, 4.2 out of 5 is pretty good. All right, so the next thing you see right here on your screen is gonna be the tire test results. So they tested 3 tires. They tested the Pirelli P0s, the Michelin Pilot Sport 4Ss, and they also tested the Yokohamas. So the Pirellis and the Michelins are the top of the line, and then they tested these as well. I feel like they really should have tested these maybe against the Firehawks and the second tier of tires, but they tested them in the first tier of tires, and of course it placed third, placed behind the Michelin and the Pirellis as far as road manners and dry and wet track. So that's the only one I pulled up here because I know that's what most people care about, is the dry and the wet. But they did add these comments here. So they did say that they like the quick steering response and it feels sporty on the road. So I did talk about that, about the quick steering response and the steering response you get from the tires. It really gives you some feedback, a little bit more than I thought, than maybe the Michelin's even a little bit. Then they said what they'll improve is edgy in the wet. So I did watch their video that they posted, and they stated that Normal driving in the wet, it performs excellent. They said it's only when you push it in the wet, it doesn't give you a lot of confidence. So I don't know how many people are going to be actually pushing their car in the wet. I know, like I said, I did kind of do a pull in the rain going straight, and I had no problems. So I guess under normal driving situations, you should be fine, which is what everyone should be doing when it's raining. So I think you'll be fine there. And then they said, conclusion, a strong performer that presents a good value proposition. So I'm gonna get into that value proposition next, because the price of these tires, you're gonna see, is very, very aggressive compared to the other tires that they even tested in this run. That's the reason why I think they probably should have compared it to maybe like the Falcon, the Zentis, I don't know if I'm even saying that right, or even like the Firehawks in that range of tire, because of the pricing of it. So right now I'm going to talk about getting into pricing. So right now on my screen here, I did this for my size tire, which is a 285/30 and 295/30 for 20-inch wheel. So as you can see right here, Yokohama's for the fronts are 266 for the fronts and 278 for the rear. So you're talking about for all four tires, a little over 1,000, probably like 1,100. You know, give or take, my math may not be exact, but you know, you can get the picture. So it's a little like 1,100 bucks for a full set of 4 tires. So that's not bad. It's not bad. So then you look at that compared to like the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, and they are going to be 414 for the fronts, and then 422 for the rears. So we're talking about, you know, close to $2,000 for a set of 4. The Advans are almost half the price of the 4S's. So, you know, that's a lot. That's a big difference. Now, the 4S's is the better overall tire. We all know that. But for the price, you know, I mean, the Advans aren't doing bad for the value that you get out of the tire. And I think that's what they meant by the value proposition. I mean, you almost can run through 2 sets of the Advans before you run through 1 set of the 4S's. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to think about it. And the one thing about the 4S's, like I stated before, they've been on back order for a while. So Michelin, y'all need to get that rubber out. You know what I mean? I know a lot of my buddies have been looking for tires and they couldn't find them. They said they've been on back order. So I don't know what's going on with the 4S's right now. I have heard that there are 5S's coming. Michelin Pilot Sport 5 and 5S is coming. So maybe they're working on that. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. So then if you wanted to look at the ones they did have in stock as far as Michelin is concerned, they do have the Pilot Super Sports, which performs a little bit less than the 4S's, but still very good. And those are going to be $385 for the front and $393 for the rear. So you're still talking a lot of money, a lot more money than the Advans. So that's the reason why I thought maybe they would have compared the Advans like the Firehawks and that range of tire, but they compared them against the Michelins and the Pirellis. So not really 100% sure why they did that, but they did that. So hey, it is what it is. As I stated, I think the tire performs really well. The compound and the thread and how the tire looks, it looks very good. It looks aggressive, and I haven't had many problems with it. You know, I've done a couple runs and I haven't lost any traction or anything like that. I haven't felt like the car is going to slip out from underneath me or anything like that. So all in all, I think the tire is a good street tire. And if you're just gonna be driving on the street and do some spirited runs here and there, I think it's fine. You know, there's gonna be those purists who are gonna say, no, you gotta put Michelin or nothing. But I'm trying to tell you, if you've never tried another tire, then you never know. You know what I mean? Like, I think the Michelin's is the better tire, but sometimes, you know, you may not need the tip top for what your driving needs are. So it kind of goes back to my whole argument of the X-Drive, which I know a lot of people had a lot of comments about that. Yeah, we all know the X-Drive is a better performing car, but do you actually need it? Are you actually going to be utilizing it? Because if not, you just pay more to say you're faster, and you're not even actually going to be using it. So you have to kind of ask yourself how you drive, what are your driving habits, what are you going to use the tires for, and also, is money a factor? Because we all know running through tires on these cars can be expensive. Speaking of that, the one thing good about the Advans 2 is that they do come with a 25K warranty. So 25K warranty if you have a squared setup. If you have a staggered setup, they cut that in half, so it makes it 12.5K miles. So and usually how that works is, so whoever you buy the tires through, let's say I'm supposed to get 12,000 miles and I only get 10,000 miles, so I've only used like 80% of the thread life that I was supposed to get. So that 20% that I didn't get, they will take that off of the next tire that I buy. That's kind of how the thread wear warranty works as far as that's concerned. And they want to see that you've done rotations and stuff like that as well. They may check for that or ask for that. With stagger cars, you know, we can't really rotate front and back. We only can go side to side if we want to do that. So, you know, it's not really a whole lot of rotation going on with a stagger setup. And that's the reason why they cut the thread wear pattern for the warranty in half. But if you have a squared setup and you do run these tires, it is a 25K warranty, which is great. So it's good that they offer that warranty and give you some pretty good performance as well. So that's a good sign that it's a quality built tire. So all in all, at the end of the day, I think this tire is very good. If you have a sporty car and you want a sporty tire and you just really, you know, don't want to spend Michelin money, I think this is a tire you can look at and be okay with it. I ran the Firehawks on my car before and I didn't really have any issues with the Firehawks besides when it rained. I've also had Contis on my car, Continental Extreme Contacts on my car, and those tires were fine too. I had those on my M4. I had them on the rear of the M4, and they were fine too. I think with a lot of these tires, once you get heat in them, I think you'll be fine. So I think you'll be good with these tires if you want a cheaper option for a street tire. All right. So that's going to be my thoughts on Yokohama Advan V601s. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button down below and let me know down below, what do you think about these tires? Have you tried them or have you been thinking about them? I didn't see a lot of reviews on these tires even when I bought it, so I definitely wanted to put this video out there for anyone that could be interested in these tires. So Yokohama, sponsor me if you out there. But nah, chill. But all right, man, I'll go ahead and holler at y'all later, man. Peace.